Bonjour, mes amis. Je suis le logique canadien. And bonjour, bonjour du Canada. Yes, happy Canada Day from me to all my fellow Canadians out there. You guys are truly awesome. And I love my country just as much as you love it. But welcome back to the Pictures Chatter. God, that was actually pretty perfect. Where we talk about some baseball news on this beautiful Friday. So, we'll get started here. Freddie Freeman, he makes his return. Obviously, like I said last week, he made his return to Atlanta. Very emotional, very cool. Well, some new shit came out that's saying that he has fired his agents after it was being reported that they never told him that Atlanta had made a final offer. Basically, the way it works is like this. The agents made an offer to Atlanta pertaining Freddie Freeman. And they gave the Braves only an hour to fucking respond. An hour. Once the hour passed and no response, then they're just like, nah, lost cause. So he fired him. If they told him about the Braves' final offer, chances are he's still in Atlanta. But no. Moving on, the United States Senate Judiciary Committee is going after the MLB and their antitrust exemption. And I'm going to pull up that statement right now. So basically, I guess what the situation is, they're just, I guess they were exempt from the antitrust laws that the U.S. has in place pertaining to big corporations. And the MLB is a big corporation, so yeah. I'm looking for it right now. It's all ways down here. Right here. So this is from the United States Senate Committee on the Judiciary. Dear Mr. Marino, May 29th, 2022 marked the 100th anniversary of the Supreme Court's unilateral creation of Major League Baseball's antitrust exemption in the case Federal Baseball Club versus National League. As we mark this anniversary, we write to seek your information about your baseball's antitrust exemption and its impacting competition in the labor market for minor league ball players as well as the operations for minor league teams. Your answers will help inform the Senate Judiciary Committee's analysis of the necessity of the sectorial exemption. We ask you to provide answers to the following questions by July 6th. So they only have 5 days. 1. Aside from baseball, do any American professional sports have a general exemption from the antitrust laws? 2. What effect does the antitrust exemption have on the incidence of lockouts and work stoppages at the Major League Baseball level? And what impact do these incidents have on minor league players and teams? 3. MLB requires all minor league players to sign a minor league uniform player contract. 3A. What role, if any, does MLB's antitrust exemption play in enabling this conduct? 3B. Please discuss the impact of the antitrust exemption on the negotiation of minor league players' length of contract, wages, housing, or other working conditions. What effect would removing the antitrust exemption have on minor league player working conditions? 3C. If a more tailored approach, like extending the Curt Flood Act to cover minor league players, was taken, what would be the impact? 4. Recent reports, including an article in The Athletic entitled "A Failed System, A Corrupt Process Exploits Dominican Baseball Prospects," is an international judge really the answer? Have identified rampant corruption and abuse in the market for international prospects. From given performance-enhancing drugs to teenagers to shady dealings between scouts and trainers. To your knowledge, how widespread are these practices? And what role, if any, does MLB's antitrust exemption play in creating the conditions that enable these policies, and so on and so forth? It's just like a big fucking game of, oh, what about this? Does this fit? Or what about this? Does this fit? Or what about this? What about this? Or what about this? Or what about this? It's all just the same fucking thing. I don't even know if I have an opinion on that. It's just government bullshit, and I don't want to get into that. Moving on, we have the aftermath of a major brawl that took place between the Mariners and the Angels. A bunch of suspensions were handed out. And when I mean a bunch, I mean a bunch. How bad are we talking? The Angels got the worst of it. The Mariners they only lost Jesse Winker for 7 games, J.P. Crawford for 5 games, and Julio Rodriguez for 2 games. That's it. 14 combined games for those 3 suspensions. The Angels, on the other hand, oh boy, here we go. Manager Phil Nevin was suspended 10 games. And I'm going to get up the reasoning too, so that way you guys know, wait, why the fuck was he suspended? That's like, to give you guys a clear understanding. Phil Nevin was suspended 10 games for the intentional throwing by pitcher Andrew Wantz while warnings were in place. Winker was suspended because of the actions that caused the incidents and for fighting. Anthony Rendon has received a 5-game suspension for his actions. For his actions during the incident and this is the most crucial part, leaving the dugout while on the injured list. His suspension will be served when he returns on the injured list. In addition to the suspension, Rendon is prohibited from sitting on the bench for the Angels next 7 games. Meaning, because Anthony Rendon's season is over because of surgery on his wrist, he's not going to serve that fucking thing until 2023. What the fuck? I don't know. Angels assistant pitching coach Dom Chitty receiving a 5-game suspension for his actions during the incident. Like I said, J.P. Crawford, it was just fighting. Angels pitcher Andrew Wantz suspended 3 games for his intentional throwing at Jesse Winker of the Mariners while warnings were in place. Wantz is not appealing, which I guess he didn't appeal, because suspension's over. Pitcher Ryan Tepera received a 3-game suspension for his actions. Angels pitcher Raisel Iglesias received a 2-game suspension for his actions. Mariners outfielder Julio Rodriguez, like I said, for his actions. Bench coach for the Angels Ray Montgomery out 2 games for the actions. Angels Major League interpreter Manny Del Campo 2 games for his actions. And Angels catching coach Bill Hasselman 1 game for his actions. A note that came out of this from the MLB states, and I quote, "Unless appealed, the suspension of all players will be effective tonight," the time of the brawl happening, when both clubs are scheduled to play: Baltimore, Seattle, Chicago White Sox, Los Angeles, Angels of Anaheim. If any player elects to appeal, then his discipline will be held in abeyance until that process is complete. But this note right here is kind of important. Nevin, Chitty, and Del Campo will begin serving tonight. Montgomery and Hasselman, will both serve when Chitty returns from suspension. So with that, a lot of shit. I understand the need to put out your frustrations, but really, holy fuck. And I believe, other than that, we just have Bryce Harper getting drilled in the thumb by a pitch, and will be out for the next 8 weeks max. And Michigan just scream at the pitcher because of it, which I don't blame him for. I do not blame him for at all. But anyway, that will be it for baseball this week. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, leave a like. Comment down below if you guys want to see anything next. If you haven't done so already, subscribe and join the Electrical Nation. Until next time, je suis le Canadien. Bonjour de Canada. Bonne nuit. Et au revoir.